Hey everyone, Carson here. And I haven't made a video on this channel in a while, but there is a game that came out recently that that is controversial, quite controversial actually online, that has captured my attention in a way that a game has not captured my attention in a long time. And what's crazy about it is that I didn't like it when I played the beta. I didn't like it. I did not sink my teeth in enough to actually have it click. The game I'm talking about is Bungie's Marathon. And boy, let me tell you, I am addicted to this game. It has me by the balls more so than Arc Raiders did. And I needed, when the beta came out, I needed something that was going to get me away from the non-existent end game of Arc Raiders, the end game of basically inventory management that Arc Raiders is. How many herbals can I craft in a day? Because I need herbals all the fucking time. It's crazy. But anyways, I want to say Marathon is absolutely peak. And let me tell you why. When I first started playing it in the beta, I thought the art style wasn't for me. The gunplay felt nice because it's Bungie, but it felt kind of difficult. Which, by the way, it is a very hard game. It's definitely, they made a hard game, and it takes, you have to kind of be okay with dying and getting better at it. But once, I played the beta and I thought, this might not stop. It's not for me. But I had a friend get the game, right? And he convinced me to get it, and I bought the game. And once I did, right? Once I started to sink my teeth into the game and started to understand the implants and the cores and all the perks and different things, the way you can build your character to go into a match, the around shell abilities is absolutely insane. The build depth in this game is crazy. It is so much fun. For example, there's a shell in the game called Triage, which is the medic, and he has this sort of arm ability where it's a trait ability where he activates his arm basically, and then for a period of time you have increased handling and accuracy and for your weapon. And there's also an ability with this ability. It's kind of a second add-on. Once you pop this ability and then shoot and break a shield of an enemy, they get EMP'd, right? And that's just, they get EMP'd as long as you're using a Volt weapon, right? And Volt weapon is a type of ammo. It's a weapon class in the game. But now you can start to stack on this. There's a weapon chip mod called Alternating Current. And for example, you can add it to the Volt weapon you're using that's EMPing people. And what it does is while you're shooting an EMP target, you're gaining health back. So, and then there's also cores that are like different implants and augments for the shell that give you ammo back into your weapon while you're using this ability as you're shooting EMP targets. And then there's also another core that gives you the ability back quicker. So like what I'm saying is, and then this is kind of like this in different ways for all the different shells. The build depth and the build potential is insane. The gold loot, the high tier loot is it feels perfectly rare in the sense that when you get it, it always feels exciting, and then the gold loot is always rewarding. It always does something really cool, and most of the gold weapons gold attachments can even feel, it can make a bad gun feel really good. The lore in the game is absolutely insane. Our consciousness has been uploaded, and we are put into shells, and we are being sent out to a star system that we previously tried to explore, but then mysteriously went silent. The human civilization that we sent out, we tried to colonize another Tau Ceti, which is actually the closest sun-like star to our planet. We tried to go out there and colonize it, and then all of a sudden they mysteriously went dark. But we were able to get a message back to Earth, and it was basically like, hey, we got murdered by aliens. Now we are shells. Our consciousness are being put into these shells by mega corporations in the future, and we are basically trying to go figure out what the heck happened. So the lore is super cool. The weapon play feels super cool. And if you haven't tried this game, I am telling you, it is something you absolutely need to do. It is a game. I'm telling you, I don't know really how to explain it, but you have to sink your teeth into it in a solid way, and then you will start to understand that this game is awesome. And people online are all over the place on Marathon. And honestly, that's exactly why it might be one of the best games we've seen in years. Because when you strip away the noise, the complaints, the hype cycles, what you're left with is a game that people can't stop talking about. And not in a shallow way, people are arguing about its depth, its difficulty, its design philosophy. I mean, that's rare now, right? You've got players on Steam calling the core loop fun and engaging while at the same time admitting it's brutal, confusing, and unforgiving, right? Because it is a hard game, don't get me wrong. Reddit's split too, some saying that they can't wait and love the art and gunplay, others saying it's punishing and doesn't hold your hand. But that's the thing, the game isn't trying to hold your hand, it's intentionally hard. And even critics are admitting that difficulty is kind of the point, that it creates tension and forces you to actually think, adapt, survive. And what's crazy is you can literally see the turnaround happening in real time. Early backlash, yeah, it was rough for sure. People called it dead, compared it to failure, said Bungie lost it, but then new footage drops and suddenly people are, like, this looks like a completely different game. Like, the Cryo Archive map is insane. It's a raid map, basically, in an extraction shooter. It feels so rewarding. They throw loot at you. It's punishing, but it's also so rewarding. And I just don't think this happens unless something real is being built here, right? And even the balancing updates show something deeper going on. Bungie is actively shaping the game with the community, nerfing overpowered weapons, fixing exploits, tuning the experience to so skill actually matters, right? And that's not a dead game. I really do think that this is a living game. I don't think it's dying. I do think that it's been a rocky start, but I do think it's uphill from here. Even the balancing update shows something deeper going on, right? I mean, I really do think that that's the case. I think that Bungie is committed and they've doubled down, right? And so Marathon isn't perfect. Yeah, I mean, it's divisive, it's hard, it frustrates people, but that's exactly why it stands out, right? And because in a world full of safe, forgettable games, this is one people are fighting over. And in games that spark that kind of reaction, those are usually the ones that end up mattering, right? So if you like videos like this, if you're thinking about buying Marathon, definitely check it out. Also, like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. What do you think of Marathon? Have you and ask yourself this question: have you actually took the time to actually play at least 5 to 10 matches and actually give it your all? And actually read what the implants do and the cores and the abilities, and actually took your time to actually try to understand the game before you just wrote it off? Ask yourself that question. Leave a comment down below. You guys are awesome. I'm going to let this trailer ring out, and I'll see you on the next one.
Do you recognize this child?
I don't know. Is that me?